Hey guys, this is Sarah Elena. I'm reporting to you from, well, the South Beach of Jaco here. Today's video, I really wanted to talk about what you could expect being in Costa Rica in January to around April time. So that's our high season. So we're going to talk about kind of what the weather's supposed to look like, kind of what the crowds are like, what kind of cultural, activities are going on. So number one, the weather. This is my 10th dry season here in this country. And it's raining right now. Never have I been experiencing rain in January. And it was so strange. So normally I go back to see my family for Christmas and I come back right before the new year. And by the time I come back, there's no more rain. This year I came back for Christmas. There was rain. There's been rain. It's honestly very strange. And if you go around and talk to anyone around here, they'll probably tell you the same, that they have not seen this at all. All right, I'm here at the beach. It is January 7th right now. And it's raining. It's actually been raining a little bit on and off all day, which again is very odd for this time of year. Um, well, rather than you guys just watching me talk, I'll just kind of walk and talk a little bit. So, okay, well, this is the south end of Jaco. This is my favorite end of Jaco, actually. Jaco, sorry, I always mispronounce it. Okay, so first note about the weather. Normally, during this time, we should be in our dry season. We should not be in rainy season. We are pretty much kind of weirdly in rainy season right now. It's like we've never left rainy season. I don't know what to say about it. It's really strange. So normally we would be in our dry season in January. So lots of sun. Sun comes up a little bit later during this time, I noticed. But usually lots of sun. It depends where you are. Of course, Costa Rica has a lot of microclimates. So if you are in the Central Valley, the daytime might be a little bit more comfortable, but it's still going to be pretty hot. Definitely if you're around the beach, it's going to be pretty hot. Unless, it's kind of doing its weird thing like it is now. So typically expect lots of sun, hot. It's the time where most people come on their vacation. So let's talk a little bit about the crowds. This is the time when we're going to see a lot more people in the country. Especially tourists visiting, because if this is the way I kind of put it. If someone's coming to Costa Rica and they've been waiting the whole year to come on their week or 2 week trip or whatever they're able to do, and they don't necessarily want to come and be in the rain. So a lot of people do come during this time, during the dry season, that is the touristy season, because it's typically, dry. So what are some activities that people might like to do during this time? Well, there's hiking, there's still the waterfalls, there's the beaches, you can still learn how to surf. A lot of the same stuff that you would just do in rainy season, except you could expect it to be dry. I guess tubing down the river, whitewater rafting. I don't know if I really recommend that. Zip lining, ATV, horseback riding. I don't know. For me, if you love outdoors, Costa Rica is an amazing outdoors place to be. You can, check out the volcanoes. There's tons of national parks. Honestly, like, the possibilities literally are endless, I feel like, here. That's why I've never gotten bored of living here. I can just go drive an hour or 2 hours and go do something really cool. So yeah, so that's what you could expect with climate. Normally it's going to be hotter, drier. Double check wherever you're going in Costa Rica, though. And then again, in terms of tourism, you're going to expect to see more people. More Costa Ricans are also probably going to be doing their weekend trips. Christmas, New Year, that's a really big time for Costa Ricans. So I guess when we're thinking about some kind of cultural events that are also going on during the season, we have Semana Santa. So that can be in the end of March, in April. So for 2025, it's actually more around like mid-April, Semana Santa this year. I don't really recommend totally coming to vacation during that time, just because you're not going to get a really good representation of what Costa Rica is like the rest of the year. Like, all the Costa Ricans are on their own vacation. It's like Semana Santa is a Holy Week, and around Easter, and it is just as big as a holiday as Christmas and New Year here. So it's very, very busy. The roads, there's going to be people driving everywhere. Things are going to be more expensive. So if you could avoid coming then, that would be great. Try to plan your trip around it. But that's, something culturally. Around this time of year, they do have a lot of towns have their kind of like county town fairs. So they'll have like the bulls and I don't want to mess this up, but I've seen it on the TV. I've seen on one from the outside. So they'll have the rides, and it's like the fair. It's like the fair. I don't know, wherever you're from, maybe there's a fair. So the towns have their town fairs, during this time too. And there's the bull riding and these different events. So if you're here and you can catch one of those, then that's really cool. That's a definitely cool cultural event that you can do. And lastly, what might you want to bring while you're here in Costa Rica during this time? Normally, I would not say you need to bring an umbrella and a rain jacket, but I don't know. Like I said, this is some different weather that we're having this year that we've never had before. Maybe you'll want to bring a light jacket, and also, just dress for whatever climate you're going to be in. So when I tell people to come for their move, I'll say, get stuff for the mountains, city, beach. Quick dry clothing. Like, this is a pretty quick dry shirt. People all see them and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sweaty. I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's fine. Like, we live in sweat. That's what it is." So if you're going to the beach, obviously bathing suits, beach wear, tennis shoes, flip-flops, all that good stuff. So dress appropriately for the tropics. Bring your bug spray if you think you might need it. Hats, all the good stuff, sunscreen, all that. All right, well, I did just want to discuss a little bit about what you would expect during the dry season of Costa Rica, so January to the end of April. Again, we're having a little bit of the unexpected in terms of weather, but you can still expect that more people would be traveling during this time. You still want to bring the same kind of clothing as what I mentioned. We have the same kind of cultural holidays and events that are going on during this time. The only difference right now is just kind of the weather. But hey, I'm all here for it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it. I love rainy season. It's my favorite. Okay, so if you're on this channel, probably thinking about moving to Costa Rica. If so, I have tons of things in the description for you below, like all kinds of stuff about relocation, and we do scouting trips, we do relocation, literally everything. Retreats, I got a podcast, everything. So if you're interested in relocation, that's where you can find information about our packages and what we do. If you find this information helpful, I have a little link now in my YouTube bio for like one of those little buy me a coffee things. I love chai lattes, so if you want to send a chai latte my way, you're welcome to go click on that link. And definitely check out the rest of the channel. I do 2 to 3 videos per week on here. Hopefully you guys are learning something. And all right, I will see you guys in the next video.